Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, today we are officially putting on our venture capital hats to decode the absolute massive, multi-billion-dollar opportunities hidden right inside AI's biggest technical bottlenecks. Look, we've all been hearing nonstop about the AI boom, right? But as investors, we really need to look past the hype and focus on the underlying foundation. Where is the smart capital actually flowing? Well, it turns out the real gold rush isn't just in those flashy apps you see on your phone, it's buried deep within the infrastructure itself.
But before we even get into the agenda, you've got to consider this staggering reality. The total power usage of AI applications might soon rival the electricity usage of the entirety of New York City. Yes, literally all the lights in Times Square, every single apartment building, the whole shebang. That is completely insane, but it proves exactly why infrastructure is the real gold rush here. We're looking at a market landscape that desperately needs innovation just to keep the lights on.
So here's our quick roadmap for decoding this market. 1. The AI super tool. 2. Quality data gold mines. 3. Barrier 1. GPU consumption. 4. Barrier 2, energy limits. 5, Barrier 3, the latency lag. And finally 6, the VC infrastructure playbook. Let's dive in.
Starting off with Section 1, the AI super tool, understanding the macro thesis. Consider the paradigm shift we're actually experiencing right now. A lot of people mistake AI as the final destination. Actually, scratch that. It's not the destination at all. It's a super tool taking us there. Think about it like the evolution of transportation. Once you have a car, you're not going to ride a horse to get to work anymore, well, unless you happen to be in a very specific type of parade. The car isn't the destination itself, it's just the highly efficient tool getting you there faster. Because AI is a super tool that can be applied across literally every single industry, we're looking at a trend that is potentially 10 times bigger than the entire internet revolution from a decade ago. It acts as this massive enabler for both giant corporations and super nimble startups alike.
Moving right along to Section 2, quality data gold mines, where AI meets the real world.
For any AI model to actually be useful, it needs data. And right now, quality matters way more than quantity to make these solutions truly precise and professional. When we're mapping out the foundational verticals for AI, you want to target specific gold mines for venture backing. Take healthcare, which is roughly 20% of the entire US GDP. Or insurance, a massive $7 trillion market. Then there's robotics, which is absolutely crucial because robots act as an extension of our real-world sensors. If you control the robot, you control the entrance of the data, which guarantees its quality. And finally, space tech. Now this one surprises a lot of folks, but space is about to become one of the biggest data generators on the entire planet.
Seriously, data generation is about to explode exponentially. Take SpaceX's Starship launches, for example. In the very near future, a single payload could launch over 600 satellites to space per launch. Compare back to the 50 or 60 we see right now. That means thousands of new satellites up in space, constantly generating and collecting vast amounts of data. All of this new, high-quality data becomes the foundational nutrition required to train high-performing AI applications.
All right, Section 3, Barrier 1, GPU consumption. Time for the infrastructure reality check.
Look, everyone knows NVIDIA is absolutely booming right now. Their stock has been hitting historical highs. But as investors looking at the broader ecosystem, we look at that skyrocketing GPU consumption not just as a heavy sunk cost, but as a massive inefficiency waiting to be optimized. The simple fact that GPU consumption is way too high means there's a gigantic market opportunity for any startup that can figure out how to reduce it.
So what exactly does the hardware layer look like beyond standard GPUs? Well, emerging system optimizations offer some really exciting paths to break our reliance on them. Which architecture is the future? Honestly, it depends on the model. We're already seeing research where certain models, combined with transformers, are actually running more efficiently on CPUs rather than GPUs. We're also seeing TPUs run incredibly efficiently within Google's specific ecosystem. And if you look a bit further down the road, we have mind-bending innovations like optical computing. Now, taking that kind of tech from the lab to commercialization definitely takes time. Optical computing might be a good 5 to 7 years away, but once it hits, it will fundamentally change the high-performance computing landscape. Furthermore, the bottleneck isn't even just the chips, it's the actual data centers themselves. We are literally running out of data center capacity. But this is where startups providing distributed networks for data center optimization are stepping in. Some of these software and networking solutions can slash infrastructure costs by up to 82%. If you're looking for massive financial upside, finding the companies that optimize these physical data centers is an incredibly lucrative play.
Which brings us to Section 4, Barrier 2, Energy Limits, Powering the Super Tool.
Remember that New York City power statistic from earlier? The stark reality is that before we even run out of GPUs, we might actually run out of the pure energy required to power them. I mean, we're already seeing stories of localized power outages caused just by AI training models. This makes energy reduction a prime target. Innovations like analog computing are incredibly exciting here, as they have the potential to reduce AI energy consumption by a whopping 100 times, or maybe even more.
From a software perspective, we're basically looking at two distinct architectural paths forward. On one hand, you have the current dominant trend, relying on an energy-draining, generic massive model that tries to answer everything with a huge token size. But on the other hand, you have vertical, small models. These are specifically trained for individual application use cases. They deliver highly accurate, professional results with a much smaller token size. As investors, that second option, the smaller targeted models, offers a far more sustainable and productive way to integrate AI into enterprise businesses without completely breaking the energy bank.
Next up, Section 5, Barrier 3, the latency lag, processing at the edge. You know how annoying it is when you ask an AI something and there's that long, awkward pause? The solution to this lag is edge computing. When you use an AI app, you want a fast response. If every single prompt has to be uploaded to the cloud, processed, and sent all the way back, you experience a lag. By moving processing power directly to local devices, the edge, which could be anything from your laptop to the microphone I'm speaking into or even a TV remote, we completely bypass the need to wait for the cloud. The processing happens locally, giving you an instant, low to no latency output.
And edge computing isn't just a speed hack. It's a real game changer that solves multiple structural problems all at once. Sure, it drastically reduces latency, but it also saves battery life. Uploading massive amounts of data to the cloud constantly drains your device's battery. Furthermore, it completely flips the script for data privacy. If you process sensitive data locally, you maintain control over your core data. This is an absolute must-have if you want to implement AI in highly regulated industries like healthcare or finance. Finally, edge computing perfectly aligns with the booming open-source community, giving smaller startups incredible flexibility to build right onto local hardware.
Finally, let's look at Section 6, the VC Infrastructure Playbook, Pilot to Production. All right, here are your rapid-fire takeaways for navigating this landscape. First, look for collaboration over competition. AI is a tool that empowers everyone, right? Large corporates are busy competing with each other, which creates the perfect ecosystem for smaller startups to partner up and provide specialized solutions. Second, data access. Go find the teams with exclusive access to high-quality data in spaces with low current productivity. Third, cybersecurity literally cannot be an afterthought. Startups absolutely must provide multi-layer security, protecting the fundamental chip layer, securing the network and Kubernetes containers, and protecting the AI model itself with robust data encryption. And lastly, architecture is the key. Choosing the right architecture dictates whether a model is cheap, sustainable, and actually easy to deploy for the customer.
As we wrap up this explainer, just keep in mind that whether you're an innovator building the tech or an investor funding it, the best is truly yet to come for hardware and software in Silicon Valley and beyond. The technical bottlenecks of today, those are the multi-billion-dollar markets of tomorrow. This leaves us with one final thought to chew on as the hardware and software layers fundamentally shift. The new architecture is on the horizon. How will you position yourself for this next architectural revolution?